Who is it that you're trying to be? Who is it that you maybe look up to? Who you're aspiring to be like? Have you considered what you're going to do when you get the opportunity to actually be like that person? Or is it just a dream that your mind is just really afar off? In this video, I'm going to talk briefly about what you may be experiencing as you wait for your changes to be the next, greatest of all time. Check it out. Hi guys, it is Dr. Cody Dukes and we are back again for yet another video. Now you already know what to do. Go ahead, hit that like button, and if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel. I'm uploading 5 videos a week, that is one every single weekday. I do motivational and inspirational content with a pop culture twist. I look at things like sports and TV, movies, anime, superheroes, you name it. I try to find the motivational aspect of it and then deliver it to you in a way that you can take it and internalize it and then implement it into your life so that you can be great and successful. If that sounds like something that you want to do, go ahead, subscribe to the channel and follow along. Now with that out of the way, guys, today I want to talk about something that's happened recently here in college football. Now if you guys don't follow college football, which you may or may not, it's okay. But recently, on a team that's a very popular brand and program in college football, the Oklahoma Sooners, recently they had a quarterback switch, and it's not abnormal to have a quarterback switch, but what's abnormal is the timing of the switch. They had a mid-season change. They had a mid-season change of who their starting quarterback was. They had a guy in Spencer Rattler who had been starting, now going on his second year, a guy who was looked at by a lot of NFL scouts going into this season as a potential first-round draft pick, a guy who was highly regarded across the country in terms of being a college football quarterback. And on the bench, they had a true freshman, a guy who was the #1 quarterback in his class, known as Caleb Williams, who chose Oklahoma knowing that Spencer Rattler was there because he was willing to wait his turn to be the starter. Now, what happened is that Oklahoma got off to a much tougher start than maybe they had anticipated. They struggled with some teams they shouldn't have struggled with. They beat teams that maybe they should have beaten a little bit more convincingly. They barely beat them. You know, it wasn't like they were losing games. In fact, they're still undefeated, but they just didn't look quite as dominant as they should have. And on top of that, the quarterback was having a couple of games where he looked like maybe he wasn't as good as everybody thought, especially going into this season. And so a couple of weeks ago, maybe at this point, a few weeks ago, Oklahoma decided that they were going to change quarterbacks. They were struggling in the game. They said, look, let's put in this other kid. He couldn't be any worse than what I'm saying that as if they were losing. He couldn't be any worse than what we already had. And plus, pressure from the fans. Fans wanted to change. And so they throw in this true freshman. And this true freshman goes out there after sitting on the bench for, 3 or 4 games. The true freshman goes out there and he is a phenomenon. He's playing great. He has the team firing on all cylinders. And for the most part, he looks like he's possibly one of the best quarterback talents in the country. The media are talking about him as if he's a possible contender for the Heisman even. So he's playing incredibly good football at this point. But what I want to talk about is interesting because Spencer Rattler going into the season was highly touted. He was going to be the starter most of the year and Caleb Williams was going to be a backup. He understood that. But it's interesting that when the moment that Spencer Rattler lost the job and the moment that they needed Caleb Williams to be the starter, that Caleb Williams was ready. It wasn't like there was this adjustment period, this period where he struggled and then all of a sudden started playing good. The moment that Caleb Williams needed to be good, he stepped on the field and he was good. He was ready for his opportunity when it came, when it showed itself. He wasn't just sitting around watching Spencer Rattler play, but he was, going to practice, playing hard. He was getting extra reps when they weren't practicing, throwing the ball, getting receivers to come out and throwing it with receivers. He was putting in the work so when the opportunity actually showed itself, he would be ready. Now, this is what a lot of us don't do. A lot of us, we look up and see the people we aspire to be. We look up and we see the people we want to be like, people we consider to be great and extraordinary. And while we should be practicing and training and developing and investing in ourselves, we get so caught up and enamored in watching them that we're not preparing ourselves. And when the opportunity finally shows itself, we're unprepared. We're not ready to take advantage of it. We're not like Caleb Williams, ready to fire on all cylinders. We have a few games where we just struggle out the gate trying to figure out what it is we're supposed to be doing. So I want to challenge you today. What is it, the thing that you're trying to do? Who is the person you're trying to be? Are you developing yourself to be that person now? Are you training like that person? Are you reading the books that person is reading? Are you studying what that person is studying? Are you watching the YouTube videos that person is watching? Or are you too busy watching the entertainment videos to develop yourself? Are you too busy paying attention to what's happening on BET that you have no idea what's happening in the financial sector? Are you too busy being entertained that you're not actually developing yourself right now? Not investing time into yourself. You're not investing money into yourself. You're not reading. You're not learning. You're not developing. You're not getting ready for the opportunity. What are you doing? So that's my challenge today. Find out what it is you're trying to do, who it is you're trying to be, and begin to develop for when the opportunity shows itself, when they're ready to put you in the game. Already be ready to be the best. Already be ready to win the Heisman. Yeah? No? That's the video, guys. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the video. If you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Neither one will hurt you. Neither one will cost you anything other than a moment of your time. It'll help me to get seen in the algorithm so that I can continue to make content like this for you guys. I'm uploading 5 videos a week. That is one every single weekday. I look at motivational and inspirational content with a pop culture twist. I do things like movies and sports, anime, TV shows, game shows, you name it. I try to find a motivational message and package it in a way that you can take it and understand it very simply and then implement it into your life so that you can be the best that you can be. You remember those old Army commercials where they say, be all that you can be. Be the best that you can be. That's what I'm trying to help you to do. That sounds like something you're interested in. Go ahead, subscribe to this channel. Follow along, share my videos with other people who you know it might benefit. I appreciate you for hanging around this long, for sticking with me this far. Keep coming back and I'll continue to come back and make videos for you guys. So until next time, guys, peace.